It's 2:47 a.m. You're not dreaming. You're wide awake. Again. You've kicked off the blanket, flipped the pillow, and checked the time at least twice. Your body's buzzing, your mind is racing, and your sleep score is about to disappoint you. I've been there. For weeks, maybe months, I woke up every single night, usually to pee. And then I couldn't fall back asleep. I'd look at my watch, see something like 4.6 hours of sleep, and start negotiating with myself. Okay, if I can just get 2 more hours, I'll be golden. But then 2 hours would pass, still tossing, still turning, and right on cue, my alarm would go off. Another day running on fumes. So yeah, sleep during perimenopause, it can feel like a cruel joke. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay that way. Today, we're breaking down the real reasons sleep falls apart during perimenopause and what you can do to get it back. What's really going on with your hormones? Let's start with what's happening inside. As estrogen and progesterone drop, your body starts missing signals. Estrogen helps regulate temperature, mood, and sleep cycles. Progesterone, it's a natural sedative, so when levels drop, so does your ability to fall and stay asleep. Throw in night sweats, hot flashes, and an uptick in cortisol, your stress hormone, and it's no wonder your sleep feels off. And while those changes are real, they're not the whole picture. Hormones might trigger the chaos, but they're not the only thing keeping you up at night. There's a psychological layer too, and it matters more than most of us realize. When sleep anxiety becomes the main event, here's what no one told me. The harder you try to sleep, the harder it gets. Once I started obsessing over how little sleep I was getting, it became a nightly ritual. I'd lie there thinking, if I don't fall asleep now, I'll feel awful tomorrow. And just like that, my brain would fire up instead of winding down. That mental spiral, it activates your stress response, just like a real threat, which makes sleep even more elusive. That's where CBTI comes in, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. It helps rewire the way you think about sleep, break the anxiety loop, and develop habits that support rest. It's not woo-woo, it's one of the most research-proven therapies for insomnia, especially during perimenopause or menopause. One study showed that over 70% of women who use CBTI during menopause reported significantly better sleep. Next, let's talk about your sleep environment, because it might be working against you. Your bedroom might be setting you up to fail. If your bedroom doesn't signal rest, your brain won't either. Here's what helped me. Dropping the room temp to 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18.3 degrees Celsius. Ditching my too warm bedding and switching to breathable sheets. Keeping my phone across the room so I'd stop checking the time. And yes, blackout curtains. For real, it's a game changer. I also started thinking of my bedroom like a ritual space, a physical cue that it's time to wind down. No scrolling, no emails, just soft light, maybe a book, and an effort to protect the boundary between day and night. But even with the perfect setup, what you eat and when can still wreck your sleep. So let's get into that next. Food, drink, and timing, what we overlook. There's a common belief that when a drink in the evening helps you unwind and fall asleep faster. And while alcohol may make you drowsy at first, it's not doing your sleep any favors. Even small amounts can disrupt REM, throw off your body temperature, and increase the chances of waking up in the middle of the night. It's more of a short-term sedative than a true sleep aid, and often leaves you feeling groggy and less rested the next day. Caffeine plays a similar trick. You might feel fine after that afternoon cup of coffee, but it stays in your system for hours. If sleep falls off, try cutting caffeine after 2 or 3 p.m. and see how your body responds. Here are a few habits that helped me. Avoiding caffeine after noon. Okay, for some of you 2 p.m. Having dinner at least 3 hours before bed. Swapping that evening glass of wine for a calming herbal tea or a magnesium mocktail. drinking most of my water earlier in the day, so I wasn't up at night making bathroom trips. And while we're on the topic of magnesium, hormone supplements and what actually helped me. Okay, I want to say this before we go any further, because I know this topic can make people click away fast. Some women have been told they absolutely can't take hormones. Others have been warned off by doctors who haven't run a single lab. And some women genuinely don't want to touch HRT, which is totally fair. I get it. This isn't one size fits all, and what I'm about to share is just my experience. Take what's useful and leave the rest. So here's what finally made a difference for me. 2 things: low dose progesterone and magnesium glycinate. I'd tried so many tips, but this combo, it changed everything. I started sleeping through the night, not just better, but deep, uninterrupted sleep, the kind I didn't think was possible. That might not be your answer, but if you've tried anything else and still feel stuck, it's worth talking to a provider who understands menopause and is willing to look at your full picture, not just guess based on age. Other options some women find helpful are melatonin, especially if falling asleep is the issue. Magnesium can support relaxation and muscle recovery. L-theanine or ashwagandha, those are gentle options for calming the nervous system. And phytoestrogens like soy or flax, which have mild estrogen-like effects. Just remember, natural doesn't always mean safe, and prescription doesn't always mean right. The goal is to feel better, and that means working with someone who actually listens. Why most sleep advice misses the mark. If you've ever been told to just relax or cut out screen time as if that alone will solve menopause sleep issues, yeah, I get it. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, "Have you tried melatonin?" Or "Maybe just go to bed earlier," as if I hadn't already Googled my way through every tip list on the internet at 3 a.m. Here's the thing. Sleep during peri or menopause isn't just about habits. It's hormonal, it's biochemical, it's psychological, and often misunderstood. A lot of women get brushed off with vague advice or handed a prescription for sleeping pills without any real conversation about what's actually causing the sleep issues in the first place. And culturally, we've been trained to downplay it. We tell ourselves, everyone's tired. We normalize exhaustion like it's just part of being a woman. We treat sleep like a luxury instead of what it really is, a foundation. Here's what I've learned. When sleep improves, everything improves. Your energy, your patience, your ability to think clearly, even how you handle stress, especially the curveballs that come with this stage of life. And getting to that better place, it's not about fixing one thing, it's about seeing the whole picture. Your hormones, your habits, your emotional load, and yes, your environment too. Building a routine that works for you. Here's what I found works most of the time. Keep the room cool and quiet. 65 degrees Fahrenheit and 18 degrees Celsius is the sweet spot. Wind down for at least 30 minutes before bed, preferably without scrolling through every corner of the internet. Avoid alcohol and caffeine late in the day. Eat light at night and finish meals early if you can. Try supplements or HRT if it feels right for you and your body. Use tools like CBTI to rebuild trust in your ability to sleep. And honestly, be kind to yourself. This is a transition, not a test. I've had more than a few nights where sleep totally sucked. But over time, and honestly after a lot of trial and error, I started figuring out what actually helped. And once I started sleeping well, I felt like I had way more energy. Suddenly my mood was lighter, and let's be honest, I was probably a lot less irritable. Hehe. Some nights still aren't perfect, but that's life. And now I know how to adjust. Maybe it's a nap, maybe it's magnesium, or maybe it's just not stressing out about it. Overall, things have gotten so much better, and having the energy to do my morning workouts has been a huge win. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be covering it all here at MenoVerse. If this video helped you feel seen, supported, or just a little more in the know, I'd love to have you stick around. You can hit follow here on YouTube for more real talk on menopause. No shame, no fluff, just what actually helps. And if you're looking for solid resources, books, podcasts, symptom guides, all curated with care, head over to MenoVerse.io and grab the free Menopause 101 guide. No pressure, it's just the kind of thing I wish I had when I was first figuring this all out. We're building a smarter, stronger community here, one video at a time. Welcome to the MenoVerse.